All right, what do we got here? We have grains of corn. Technically speaking, what is a grain? It is a fruit, but it's about 99 plus percent seed, so we'll just call it seed for today. And let's see, what do we have inside a grain of corn? Let's take a look. Here's a thin slice through a grain of corn. Can't get any smaller than this, sorry. And so what do we have? We're at top center. And so we see this reddish stained layer. What is that? Well, if this is a seed, it must be the seed, what? Seed coat. Actually, there's a little bit more to it that comes from the ovary on the outside. That's why it's a fruit. This part of the very outside develops from the little flower ovary, but everything about the inside of this is seed coat, and all the rest is seed. So we'll just call this a seed. It's about 99 plus percent seed, so we'll just call it a seed for today. So what are we looking at? What is this greenish, bluish, whatever it is, stained stuff? Well, it's either the what or the what, the embryo or the endosperm, right? Let's figure out which is which. Let's go to the left. Okay, the left, down the left side, down. Oh my goodness, something else is coming in view. What is this? And what is this bluish stained stuff here? Eh, Well, if you had to pick embryo or endosperm, this must be the what? This must be the embryo, and this must be the what up here to the upper right? The endosperm. And so you can see baby leaves and so forth that would have grown up and out. And what is this part over here? We'll see in just a second. Oh, well, here it is. Here it is. Here is the part there is that was kind of on top. Of course, this is reversed from the slide that I was taking a picture of. But what is this corn grain? It is mostly what? It is mostly endosperm. Mostly endosperm. And this part right here, including this cotyledon, is what? The embryo. Now, do you have to know all these fancy words? No. I do want you to know this is the embryo, and I do know that want you to know this is the cotyledon. Now, how many cotyledons are there? It's singular. There's one. So a corn type seed is a monocot or dicot type seed. It is a monocot, right? One cotyledon. And so corn type seeds are monocot seeds. And so, what is the function of this cotyledon as far as the seed is concerned? Well, I don't know. What's the function of the endosperm? The function of the endosperm is what? To provide nutrition for the what? The embryo. Yes, the embryo. Somehow this endosperm nutrition must get into the embryo. It enters through the cotyledon. So the function of the cotyledon, the one cotyledon in corn type seeds, or we could say monocot seeds, is food what? Food absorption. Food absorption. Yes, it is. And so let's take a look at what happens when the seed germinates. We kind of know what happens. You know, the roots grow down, other parts grow up, those type of things. But what happens to the cotyledon? The cotyledon, as this little baby corn type plant, in this case it is a corn plant, develops. The cotyledon stays put. This part right here grows up and out. This part here grows down and out. But the cotyledon stays put in the seed proper, doing what? It is absorbing the nutrition of the endosperm, and that nutrition is entering the embryo part that grows up and grows down. By the way, is the cotyledon part of the embryo? Yes, it is. The cotyledons are part of the embryo. So this cotyledon functions in food absorption. Food absorption. All right, I think that's all we need to say about that. Let's look at one other corn type seed. It's a country cousin here. This is a grain of wheat. And so a grain of wheat is quite a bit smaller than a grain of corn. But again, we see on the outside, we'll call this outer layer the what? We'll call it the seed coat. What are we going to call this? Endosperm. What are we going to call this whole thing here? Embryo. What is this part of the embryo right here? The cotyledon. How many cotyledons are there? One. And so here we see other parts of the embryo. This part would have grown down, and this part here would have grown up and out. And what would the cotyledon have done? It would have stayed put. Again, the nutrition, absorbing the nutrition from the endosperm until what takes place, by the way? Until the plant gets big enough, it gets green, it makes its own food. So the food in the endosperm is to provide nutrition for the embryo until it can develop and grow into a plant that turns green, green plants make their own food. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the corn type seed. Bye-bye.